Welcome back, Advice Pod. My name is Kyle. This is Raysean. This is Sam.
What's good?
Doing am I the a-hole today? Because we're not swearing in the first 2 minutes of the segment, right, guys? Just as a science experiment, mostly. Am I the a-hole for telling my parents we aren't giving them money and they need to humble themselves?
Ooh.
This is going to go really well. I can already tell. Throwaway to keep this separate from my normal account. I, 38-year-old female, and my husband, 41-year-old male, have been stressing over my parents.
Don't forget to like the video.
Good call. My parents are screwed as they took out their pensions at 55 and have only about 100 to 130K left each. Their house has some equity, but not as much as you would think, as they've withdrawn from their equity line of credit several times. My dad has a $100,000 truck and a vintage Porsche, and my mom has a 7-seater when they are the only ones now. Oh, man. My dad is very prideful and refuses to take anyone's advice, so it was a shock when they came to me and asked for money. He has had a lot of health issues and told me he is going to be taking his Social Security now, he is 68, and quitting his job, which means they cannot afford their mortgage or their car payments. They totally blindsided me. I had no idea how bad it was until now. Thinking back, I guess I should have known, as they buy so much unnecessary crap. My parents always acted like they were rich. I told them point blank I wasn't funding them until I see all of their accounts and assets, and this caused a huge fight, but they eventually relented. I went through what they have, and they really don't need my help. They just need to downsize dramatically. My husband is a CPA, so he knows this stuff, and we went through and told them what they needed to do. They needed to sell all of the vehicles and get a reliable sedan. They need to sell their 3,400 square foot home and buy into a single home with a basement suite or an apartment. I think the apartment is better, as my dad struggles to mow the lawn and hire someone now anyway. But my mom insists she needs land for a garden. After that, their Social Security payments would be enough, and they would still have a small nest egg. This was met with them complaining that they would be living like prisoners. My parents were angry that if they got a small single family, they would need to rent out the basement. My dad insists the basement, which he has as a man cave, is necessary for life. And my mom refuses to downsize, as she has a whole room full of clothes at their current home that can't fit in a smaller house.
Sorry.
Dude, rich old people are the stupidest assholes. I swear to God. I got mad and told them that they need to humble themselves since they are the ones asking for money. This resulted in them yelling how ungrateful I am over the phone until I hung up. I told them they have to do this because I'm not helping. They still have more assets than my husband and I, and we have a son to save college funds for. My parents have been trying to guilt me by saying they gave me great Christmas presents and college funds, so I owe them. Imagine throwing Christmas gifts back in your kid's face when you're like, yeah, let me borrow 40
We gave you Malibu Barbie.
I feel like that was a tiny proportion of their spending and it didn't put them in this position. But am I obligated to help support them when they can support themselves if they downsize? I mean, I think just based off all the laughter throughout, we can all agree that these are super disconnected from reality boomers who have never been told no and want to continue to have that appearance of wealth. And it's like, bro, get used to it. You fucking made the economy this way. Sorry, you got to get rid of your 7-seat fucking car for the just the 2 people in your house. Oh my God. What do you think, Raysean?
Well, I'm just going to make this short and simple. I feel like soon as you basically showed them the route they could go and they told you how they felt, that was the end of the conversation. There's nothing more I can do for you. I done told you what I can do for you. And this is what you can do to help yourself. You don't want to keep the nest egg. You need to keep the man cave, then keep it. Keep it till you die. I don't care. Do what you got to do. I don't care.
Keep it till you die or until you're homeless.
Whatever you got to do to keep it. If you need to keep working, then keep working. But don't look over here for me to come and try to save you, and you living better than me. Like, how you gonna be like, I need you to help both of our households, and I'm not even living in the big house? Like, no, you gonna have to do something, and then y'all living way beyond y'all means. Like the fact that y'all can't sell y'all cars. I mean, you need to live in a man cave. You already like sound like he was already beat down. I need to get on Social Security. I mean, what are you expecting? I mean, that's just me. I think just to keep it simple, as soon as they told you how they felt and what they wanted to do, you should have been like, well, by the grace of God. And then just kept it going. That's what I did.
By the grace of God. Well said, man. I think that's a dog yawning, and that's very cute. But in reality, for the people in this post to be asking for help to their fucking daughter is so embarrassing in the first place. But it's not like it's coming from a place of her not knowing. And the reason she does know is twofold. One, she has her eyes and like can see the situation for what it is, and realizing that they're older people and they have to retire and they have all this overhead that anybody with like 10 fucking seconds to think about it can piece together when somebody's living beyond their means, especially if they know, like, you know, what the income situation is. It's not hard to figure out. But on top of all of that, this woman's this woman's husband is a CPA. He's a certified financial planner, or a certified planning. Oh shit. What's CPA stand for?
It's CPA, certified
public accountant.
Yes.
Her husband is a certified public accountant. It's not like he's just pulling this stuff out of his butt and being like, hey, you know, I did some math one time. It's like he's actively working at this. He knows exactly, like, if anything, they've already done their part in saving them money by not having to do an actual CPA, because their son-in-law is a CPA. And he's giving them super understandable practical advice. When I was trying to do people's refinances when I was like 23, 24, I would have conversations like this all the time. Like, why on earth do you have a truck that is $580 of a payment each month when you make, like, you know, $1,200 a month on Social Security? Well, I owe my house free and clear. And it's like, bro, over 50% of your income goes to paying a big note each month. Never mind the insurance, never mind the taxes on your house and things like that. It's just so easy to be able to see what those situations are and how to, like, at least make some easy cuts, you know? Like, what the fuck do you need that truck for? What do you need that 7-seater car for? I don't know. Sam, how are you doing? How are you making out?
I'm good. I'm trying to get Chester to just be on camera.
He's doing great. Do you have advice for this woman? Is she an asshole or no? I'm going to take that as a no.
I have to go to my lawyers.
Yeah, that makes sense. So make sure you tell us what your comments are in the comments down below.
Chester, no.
And Chester's going to keep continuing doing his thing. I don't think this woman's an asshole at all. I think she's given her parents a well-deserved / necessary dose of reality. But make sure you join back here tomorrow so you can see Chester fuck some things up as we go through what our favorite version of I like X, but I do not like people who like X. Am I going to talk about Dragon Ball? Am I going to talk about Star Wars? Am I going to talk about working in the mortgage industry? Probably going to be one of those three things. Who knows? So tune back in. We'll see you tomorrow. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe, and advice.
Don't be a butt cheek.